second game picks up right from there of you dealing with the kidnapping and what it means for the Psychonauts.
Well, I'm going to mark that question right off. Continuation of story, question mark? Okay.
You explain what happens there.
But in a bit of a different style of setting. We got to see, as you threw the trailer at us, lots of teeth, lots of body areas taking place.
Well, it's set inside someone's mind. Like all the levels in Psychonauts, his psychic ability is that he can project his astral projection into your psyche and see your thoughts made real and wrestle with your demons and fight your nightmares. And so inside the mind of a dentist, there's just a lot of teeth. And so it's fun that we can do that kind of, you can tell a lot of story by showing the environment and show the state of someone's mind in the game.
I've always loved the I don't know, exaggerated style of Psychonauts and stuff. Like you're inside so many different people's minds, and it's a cool representation of a slice of characters. I wanted to ask you, in this game, is the collectible like the outline thing?
Figments?
Like yeah,
Figments.
Figments.
The Figments are there. You'll see when they come through. There's some Figment teeth and Figment toothbrushes, and that's another way. Like to have a collectible is not just like a coin or something, but something that tells a little bit of story. Tells a little bit. Sometimes an important piece of story might be like hinted at in the Figments that you pick up.
So what are we seeing right now? Like this environment
This
right
strange
here?
office space environment?
Yeah, it looks horrible. Looks like hell to me.
Yeah. That should be the excerpt for the review on the box. It looks horrible. Looks like
Well, no, I mean, it's like...
No, well, I'll tell you. It's
Quote him, print it.
The Psychonauts are a spy agency, and much like the agents in like Mission Impossible, you know how they used to put on elaborate ruses to like trick someone into thinking that they were on a boat when they weren't or something, so they give up the name of the spy,
Right.
And so the Psychonauts do this mentally. So they'll implant an idea in someone's head to make them feel they're in a space that they're not, so that they are more open to revealing information. And in this case, they want to find out who hired Dr. Lobato. Now, Dr. Lobato is the mad scientist who's also a dentist, and he was sort of a villain in the first game. And he kidnapped Truman Zanotto, the leader of the Psychonauts. But they realized he probably couldn't do it by himself. They want to find out who hired him. And so they're creating this elaborate office space ruse inside Dr. Lobato's head, and they're telling him he won Employee of the Year, and now here he is.
There he is.
And he's so excited about winning Employee of the Year, but he has to get this permission slip signed by his boss, and then they're going to follow him through the office to find out who his boss is. They're convincing him that he's going to win a tropical vacation. And that's just the kind of tricks that these spies do. And of course, everything goes horribly wrong, and then the teeth show up.
So the main plot line of the story is to rescue. Is a rescue mission.
But this is actually between Psychonauts 1 and 2, there was a VR game we made called Psychonauts and the Rhombus of Ruin, which told the story of the rescue mission. And then you get Truman Zanotto back, but he's not quite the same. And also you want to find out who hired Dr. Lobato, and also you find out there's a mole in the organization. So it's a counter spy type quest. That's set in the headquarters of the Psychonauts. So you get to see the grand headquarters of where the Psychonauts are based, and find out that they actually need your help more than you need theirs. And it also gets into plot lines about Raz's family and to the curse that was put on his family back in the old country. So they all died in water, and you've got to deal with that and where it came from. And there's a lot of stuff, a little bit of that, and that comes from the first game. But if you haven't played the first game, it's all. You don't have to have played the first game to understand what's going on.
There's a little catch-up sequence.
Yeah.
A lot of familiar controls. Now, games in general have changed a lot since the first Psychonauts. So I want to know, what kind of new features are we going to see? New input options that we have with new controllers, anything like that? Or are we going to have like standard Psychonauts gameplay? If you played the old one, you're going to be really comfortable here.
You'll be definitely very comfortable with it. But we're bringing back a lot of the gameplay besides the platforming gameplay, because Raz is an acrobat, so he can jump and tumble and do a lot of acrobatic things. But he also is psychic, so he has psychic powers like telekinesis, pyrokinesis, a lot of kinesises. And we're bringing back Greg Kinese, exactly. And we're bringing back a lot of them from the first game. In this first level, you will see a lot of them come back, and then we're adding some new ones that we haven't shown yet. But the ones that are coming back have all been improved to work in different situations more organically and work with combat. So they're more like a tool. They're more like the player can pull from this bag of tricks, a psychic bag of tricks. There'll be some combat later on, and I can show you how you can use pyrokinesis and side blasts and telekinesis different ways during battles.
Now, when you were coming up with like the new stuff for the game, did you like wipe everything like mechanically and start from scratch, or do you say like, we like this stuff, let's build on that, add to it, or yeah.
I mean, technically speaking, it's a whole new game, obviously. The old engine is gone. We're using Unreal for this game.
Right,
And
sure,
built everything up from the ground up. The characters are all new models, and so it's all fresh from that point of view. Mechanically, we weren't married to anything, so a lot of the things that we really hung on to were more the spirit of the game.
Sure.
The spirit of the narrative, the way that we deal with the insides of people's minds, how character and story are really important to us. Those are the things that don't change. The fact that the art style is really surprising and different on each level is an important part of it. But there's still figments, there's still the psychic powers, and mostly just been streamlined and modernized and made more useful in more situations.
Well, a game that's this beloved. Like everybody I know that has played this game.
Keep going.
Loves
Love
this
it,
game.
iconic.
And they
Amazing.
world
You're
saving.
still quoting for the box, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Healthy for your body and mind.
And they say that you are
Promotes
actually
dental
like
hygiene.
demigod status and that kind of thing. But I just gotta. Was it like getting like the band back together? It's like, hey, we're getting the band back together. We're gonna make Psychonauts too, or was it like we got all new people, everybody's like moved on, or something
Well,
like that?
it's a mix of both because we have 5 or so people from the original team still there. People who have been at Double Fine for 18 years,
Oh yeah.
And we have a bunch of those, and a bunch that are gone but still come back to work as concept artists and musicians. Our composer Peter McConnell is still working with us, and then we have a fresh new group of people who are brand new and are bringing a bunch of new ideas and new life to the project. And then we were working with all the original cast. So being back in the studio with the actors from the first game was really fun. That really did feel like a bringing the band back together moment where Richard Horvitz and Alexis Lesin and Steve Stanton and Nikki Rapp all come back and they have the same great voices, and it was really fun.
That's awesome to hear that they're all back. I know, working on the last game, they're attached to their characters. They're invested in the story. Have they been at all part of the process in writing any of the new dialogue or working through any of the new scenarios?
Well, we do some invention in the studio. We mostly write it in advance, but they bring so much of the performance and the surprises in the studio that come up. So they are definitely very involved with how the characters evolve.
And well, recently we found out some news, some Xbox news.
Tell me.
Tell us about
the Double
Fine.
Fine is joining Xbox Game Studios. That was very exciting.
Yeah.
Our company started. We signed our first publishing contract with Microsoft for Psychonauts. The first game was originally published by Psychonauts, and I forget what happened, but it didn't work out in the end. But now we're back with them to finish the second game. So it's a beautiful and poetic, harmonic. Yes, exactly.
A love story.
Yes, a love story with some trials and tribulations in the end, but great happy ending.
Only good love is love you have to fight for.
Yeah, and it's really great for our studio because we have been independent for 19 years, so we have been able to independently create our own spirit and culture around the company, and we really know who we are, and so we can endure something like it's a big hardship to be purchased. No, we can go through that and maintain our own identity and still be who we are, but have the support of Xbox Game Studios, so we don't have to spend a lot of time worrying about our next deal and pitching and doing a bunch of hustling. We can just think about creating.